Alrighty. I feel like. Okay. So today, let me see if I can find the tweet about it. I want to backtest the CRT model. I just backtested it all day, honestly, and it's not the best. I thought it could be like an easier time frame for people who want to just trade liquidity to liquidity, and it could be that for some people. But I feel like it hasn't worked that great when I backtested today. But I'll show y'all, and y'all can see what y'all like about it. So for the 9 a.m. CRT range, it's basically marking up the high and low of the 8 o'clock candle, waiting for liquidity sweep of one side, taking it to the other side. But sometimes like these ranges are not like, I would personally do like a swing high like up here instead. But we're gonna backtest this tonight and see how it performs. I did it already and it's not the best, but I also backtested to see if you need to get on earlier before 9:30. But technically, well, this day it happened before 9:30. But it did work all last week. So that's why I wanted to backtest it. If you need to see, basically, every 8 a.m. candle got swept for both sides, buy side and sell side. So it's one of those things where like you could have just took a buy to here, a sell down to here. Obviously, most of us took the sells because we have a higher time frame bias. But you know, even here on this day, 8 a.m. candle, is this 8 a.m. candle? It's not 8 a.m. candle. Sorry, 8 a.m. candle is here. Yes, we took both sides and ran up. You see what I'm saying? It happened all last week. I was trying to see if if this could happen like every day. 8 a.m. candle here, we took the buy side to the sell side. So you can either like take the sell side up, or you can wait for the buy side that leans in with the bigger trade of the day. But yeah, it seemed to work out pretty nicely. This day it did not. Oh wait, yeah, this day it did not. This day it did. You know what I'm saying? This day it did as well. Came down, swept. A great CRT 3 candle model there. So I just want to backtest that. I was backtesting today and it wasn't great. It wasn't as great as just looking at these time frames. Obviously you see the liquidity sweep into a gap. Boom. So I'm gonna backtest that for y'all today, because even if you don't want to trade, the way I trade, with obviously a lot more confluences, a lot more things you need to know, you still can trade this, and there'll just be days you just don't trade. You know what I'm saying? So our chart, we have this is 8 a.m. candle. I marked this high. It's a swing high. You basically wait for a market structure shift, fair value gap. What you're about to get here. I personally just want to let it play out because, okay, well, this technically is not a bad trade. It didn't tap you into the fair value gap until it ran up. But if you got an entry right off of this candle close above, like I do, I don't wait for the optimal trade entry anymore. That still, it swept this high, which is still a what trade? Because the thing about this strategy is, if you take these little trades like this every day and you catch good moves, you can easily scale this. You can scale this, honestly, way easier than my big-ass moves of the day. Not saying you can't obviously scale this. You obviously can scale this. But like some days my stop loss is bigger, some days my stop loss is smaller. So if when I want to scale up, say I scale up and that's the day I lose, my loss is really big. Versus like when you with these like lower time frame little ranges, you can literally take these like 1 to 2s every day, you know what I'm saying, or 1 to 1s or whatever. Let's see if it goes to the opposite side. It doesn't. It continues down, which is the trade we would take. 10 o'clock, boom, bigger move. But my 10 o'clock trade would be something like that. Obviously, I'd find a bias on a lower time frame, maybe this London low, whatever, it doesn't matter. But you see how you can just take these little reversals, take it to a liquidity point. Technically, it's range high to range low to range high, but that's still a decent trade, if that's what you wanted. But this is what we're going to backtest today. I'm not a fan of it. I was trying to be a fan of it And I was like, this would help me emotionally, because sometimes my trade with my emotions, like this hour gap, are we gonna reverse from this gap? I would have sold here. I actually did sell here. I got back in once we inversed the gap to get to the London low. But just being able to hold these trades, but there's just so many POIs that we can reverse from on these bigger trades of the day that sometimes my emotions gets the best of me, versus like on this, you're just trading a little bitty range. We'll go back to regular daily profiles, because technically this is not a daily profile. Actually, this is like the one we have where we're just down, down, down. But let's go to the next session. And this is all you do. You just mark the high of the 8 a.m. and the 8 a.m. candle and wait for a sweep of one side to the other side. And it actually has played out for like 2 weeks lately on NQ. And you need to execute on the 1 minute chart, because some days these candles are really short. And I mark 9. Obviously, my chart starts at 9:30. You know, my replay. But most of the time, the sweep will happen at 9:30 anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, we swept. Are we gonna reverse? Maybe not. We might just keep running. Boom. Did we go to the other side? Boom. See what I'm saying? Like, this is something you can easily trade. Now, you might not get a trade every day, but you get an inversion value gap. Candle close above the high. Take it to the other side. That's a nice trade. You know what I'm saying? So you can just trade this. You might not get a trade every day, but you can literally just trade this. And that's fine. You don't have to trade every day as well. Let's look at it again. 8 o'clock. Now when it's news, it doesn't really play out so nicely, but I'm still marking it. It looks like this is a news candle. At 8:30, of course. We love the 8:30 news. 9 o'clock is here. 10 o'clock is here. And like I said, you still don't have to get on until 9:30. You would think you have to get on at 9 o'clock, but you don't. It doesn't do much. 9:30. Get on the chart. And then this day just, kept going down sideways. You just wouldn't trade that day. Technically, I think the rule is if a candle closes, you can take a sell after, but the real rule is reversals, because there's a lot of people like that. There's a lot of people, me included, until just getting better at trading, was reversals are the only ways we make money or be profitable. This girl just said that on one of my videos the other day. Like, trading reversals with the ICT model is just the easiest thing. So like, there are days where it won't reverse. It'll just continue higher or lower, and it's like, fuck, what do we do? But then at the same time, it's like, just don't trade. Or, do daily profiles where you might have to continue on a day. Okay. So this day, the reversal did happen. I mean, the sweep happened before 9:30, but let's see if it might go back up there and sweep higher. Okay, no. So yeah, this is the day, but you still got a little something at 9:30. So this is what I'm talking about. This is what people trade. Just this turtle soup, 8 a.m. high, taken to the downside. This is a simple trade. If this is all you want to do to trade, you literally can do this. So far, we have one time it didn't play out. Let's go. I just did a bunch today though, and a bunch didn't play out. All right. Well, it's giving. This is already a CRT range. 8 a.m. with this hammer candle. It looks like we're probably going to this low. I could be wrong though. We'll mark them both, because the 8 a.m. low is literally right there. We're already so far down. Let's mark this one. And then we mark, like I said, just mark, honestly, 10 o'clock and 9:30. We don't even give a fuck about anything else. And it kept going down. Still before 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock is here at 9:30. 9:30 usually gives you a nice little wick into something, as you see here, into this gap. But trading 9:30 is scary, scary times. I will wait. I'm probably gonna start getting on the chart at 9:45, because even though I get in at 10, I can still catch a good move down. If we continue down, we continue down. If we reverse, I still got a good move, better than getting in right at 10 to go somewhere. But 9:30 is a little scarier. I wait at least 10 to 15 minutes. You should be trading a higher time frame model. I do. I'm just back testing CRT on the hourly because some people like it, and this is just an easy beginner friendly strategy if you want it. I do trade higher time frames. I do. I check the 4 hour again, but that's just a very experienced trader, I think, model. It's not too bad when you have your sessions because it's the same thing. This is a range. We swept the high of the range. We went down. This day we ran up all day. This day we swept the high of the range, ran down. So it's the same shit on a higher time frame. But I'm just saying for people who like this or need something just easy to get you funded, this could work for you. Obviously, days you don't get it, you don't trade. And we didn't get it. You didn't reverse off of this low. Obviously, we knew we were going down from just looking at this hour chart. We already had this hammer candle. The swing low is down here. So you could have played into that if you wanted it. But that wasn't the regular CRT, like I said. That's why when people are like consolidations are not the best time to trade, I disagree because consolidations usually are a really nice time to trade for beginners. Just liquidity to liquidity. Alright, 8 a.m. candle. Even though on the hour it looks like we're going down here. But let's just see. You don't care about that. You're just looking at this. We mark our 9:30 and our 10 o'clock. And some people do this with 9 a.m. Beautiful. Beautiful. Did we go all the way up or no? We might bounce. This is a fair value gap from news. So I didn't think we would go all the way up to the top, but I in fact do not. I mean, it's still only 12 o'clock for people who want to sit on the chart longer. So you don't really get it. But this is a nice move at 9:30. But there's no liquidity target for you. We did, I guess, this breaker. I don't really trade breakers, but I'm learning I might have to. I can't only depend on fair value gaps. Like, it's really showing me, I'm in the point in my trading career where, like, everything ICT says you kind of need, which just pissed me off. Because there are days, that's a 1 to 3. That's a 1 to 3 trade, actually. So some people literally, there's a tweet today, which made me want to backtest this. Some guy was like, he made $2,000 on this, trading just 8 a.m. high or low reversal. And or you could have waited for just the reversal at 9:45 and took it down. Because that's what happened on Friday. We did we swept sell side of 8 a.m. first, went up, took buy side. That was the top of the trade of the day. Well, both of these trades were equal. This trade came down and then we ended the day taking it out. But yeah, if you want a simple strategy like this, this is what it is. It's just waiting, marking out the 8 a.m. high and low. That's not what to do, actually. Marking out the 8 a.m. high and low of a candle, waiting for one side to get swept, and then your regular market structure shift, inverted value gap, whatever you traded, whatever you use to see reversals. Sorry, I went back for 2 days. And we'll mark just 9:30, like I said, because as you see, from 9 a.m. because it doesn't do much from 9 a.m. to 9:30, and I always mark 10 o'clock because that's when I get on the chart anyway, so I can just see what happens. Boom. Well, we didn't get a liquidity sweep. This is our liquidity sweep. There is a liquidity here that we just swept to, and we landed almost in a fair value gap. We didn't really hit the hourly fair value gap. I'll usually mark 2. For this strategy, I get it. If you're a beginner, you don't know a lot of other extra. You don't want extra shit, but if you just see a fair value gap somewhere, you right underneath, like it's probably going there. You probably want your reversal out of this. As a 10 a.m. trader, this is what I would be looking for. A reversal out of this somewhere. If we get it. We might not. And it's 1 p.m. I'm off the chart. So no trade today for this one. 9:30, do you get something? Yeah. See, it's like this is just one of those things where you either just trade it, or you don't. There's no storyline behind it at all, if that makes sense. This could be easier for you, it could be worse for you. Kind of like the 10 a.m. silver bullet, 2 a.m. silver bullet. There's so many strategies that are easy. They're not going to happen every day. They'll happen often, and you can just trade them the regular way and, go from there and not need an overall bias or time frame or anything. That's why the name of the live is CRT for the person who is like higher time frame. Plus, I was hoping to just spice up my lives. I do the higher time frame analysis every day. I'm sure it gets boring. Okay, this is a bearish for Vega. We already took out the 8 a.m. high. Let's see if we invert this gap or not, or we come back down. Let's mark 9:30, 10 o'clock. Okay, again, you don't get anything. Now, if you want to play like this reversal to this gap, you could have out of your 10 a.m. range, but as a 10 a.m. trader, I would take this trade here. Because this is a point of interest. Candle close. Stop loss above the high. Take profit at the top of the fair value gap for a 1 to 3.5. I trade it after 10 o'clock for anyone who's wondering. But so you wouldn't have gotten a trade that day either. What is this? Once we invert this gap though, you could have took that, but that's not the strategy. The strategy is the range. People swear by it. ICT calls it bullshit. I agree. I don't agree or disagree. If it works for you, it works for you. I've seen it happen for 2 weeks straight lately, but again, then you'll have it where it doesn't work for 2 weeks straight, in my opinion, and I don't like anything like that. Why are you doing hindsight examples? Execute on them, because I'm teaching. We're learning. I don't know if y'all watch Kutao, but he takes trades on his back test, and half of them are wrong. You don't learn anything if you just take trades. You don't improve. You learn what you could have done, and then you take the trades in real time. Just taking shitty trades on backtesting is just going to make you keep taking shitty trades. Also, I just said I trade at 10 a.m. This is the trade I would took. I actually take trades like this all the time on live, but I'm backtesting CRT. So I'm saying if you traded the CRT model today, you did not get a trade. You would just not trade today. Let's go to the next New York session. I'm backtesting the CRT model that people swear by, and I'm showing you that I don't think it's that great. But I'm saying if you think it is and it simplifies things for you, I'm showing you how you would trade it. This is not, it says it on the name of my live. This is not me flexing, I'm trading. Is it just me or is the market like a pod? Yeah, this is backtesting. This is a backtesting software. Y'all pay Rasheed for this nonsense. Right. This is backtesting software. So you should be using this to practice trading. Yes, you can pause it, you can play it. The market also is not open right now. It's Sunday. You don't know that. You should not be trading, or you should trade crypto. Crypto market's open. Alrighty. 8 a.m. candle on the hour chart. That's it. We have a liquidity sweep. We do have a nice hammer, but this still has to play out. Boom. See, that day you get a trade. You see what I'm saying? So some people like this strategy, like I said. Some people, you can still get on at 9:30. I was backtesting this to see, because for options traders, I didn't know if you would get a liquidity sweep before 9:30, which sometimes you do. Sometimes you'll get a liquidity sweep and then reversal at 9:15 or whatever, and then options traders, you cannot trade that. But if this is what you want to get funded, and this is easy to you, liquidity sweep reversal, you can trade this. Obviously, like I said, you won't get a trade every day. Personally, the moves are a little smaller, but at the same time, small trades like this though are the trades you can I wouldn't say easily, but you can scale slightly easier than like the trades I take. The trades I take, I don't have to scale fast because they're pretty big, but I would say like if you just this you can risk a 1-to-1, or there's so many guys that do it, especially once they have make a lot of money, and that might be us in the future. I can't promise I won't be a scalper when I'm risking 10 grand to make 50 in like 2 minutes. I can't because at that point you're just making so much money per tick that you don't need to hold it that long. But for a lot of us beginners, we want to take like decent trades. But when they're like small like this, 1 to 1.5, 1 to 2, you can have a set stop loss if you want. Obviously, the take profit is gonna. I mean, you could still do a 1 to 2. Actually, it gave it to you. Let's keep trying it. I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna backtest that long today because y'all get the gist. If you don't get the gist of this, let me know. Some people do the same thing with the silver bullet, but the silver bullet you do the 9 o'clock candle. But I've learned that a lot of times 10 o'clock continues down from 9:30. But I used to like the silver bullet. Or it's the enter in a gap at 10 o'clock for like, we already got our market structure shift before 10 o'clock. I get on at 10 o'clock, come up into a fair value gap on the 5-minute or the 3-minute. I enter there and then take it to continue down. That's what you get. But I want to start getting on maybe like 9:45, 9:50, see if I can catch a little more of this. I don't want to get on 9:30 because I've seen 9:30 fake out a lot. Yes, this looks good. It's a 15-minute chart, but some days, the 9:30 open will like give you it can fake you out. And I personally don't like trading it, but I do want to get higher than 10 a.m. sometimes. But even then, 10 a.m. I still got huge move. I got the big move, which a lot of 9:30 traders stopped at this liquidity point, and I took it down to the London low. Because I'm a 4-hour trader. So it just depends on, what you like. All right, 8 a.m. top and bottom. It also goes into a gap, which is nice. So hopefully we do come in this gap and reverse from it. I love when liquidity lines up with the fair value gap. Not orange, red. Alrighty. Mark out 9:30 and 10 o'clock. Like I said, especially for beginners. I'm not here to be all flexy and weird for people who are that. Just for beginners, because even as a beginner who's good and profitable, I've only been trading for 9 months, so I do trade pretty like a higher, like a, what do you call them? Like I trade like a person who's been trading for a little bit. However, my emotions still get to me like a beginner. So I sometimes prefer these easy, just like this one's about to stop you out. These liquidity to liquidity trades, you know what I'm saying? And then you're just done. What you think about DTFX? What is that? I mean, technically with this trade, you could have took a fair value gap tap and then just took it to this low here. It's almost a 1 to 2. It didn't go all the way to the 8 a.m. low, but it did take out this liquidity right here if you want it. What do you think about DTFX? It's replay? Yeah, I don't know what DTFX is. Is that? What is that? Took me out. What is what? I'm confused. I'm confused with the chat saying it's a guy that ICT is fighting on with Twitter. Oh, yes. ICT has been very entertaining on Twitter. Fighting with a lot. Yeah, this strategy is Romeo. ICT called CRT bullshit, which I agree and disagree. There are days when I can clearly see it, but they act like it's every day, same time. Like, no, it's not at all, and by any means. And I get it, because 9:30 does like to take a liquidity point, so it kind of makes sense. But sometimes they're like, on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour, it's so many, the 15 minute, the 30, like it's not it's not that great as you're seeing. Like, yes, I'm saying you could do this. You just have to know when not to trade, or days like this where you have to just take it to a liquidity point. You know what I'm saying? But you can still go liquidity to liquidity with the higher time frame narrative, like I do. You don't have to take the long trade of the day. I do because my stop loss is big, but I want to start taking like shorter trades. Honestly, I really do. I just I like that 10 a.m. candle, that big candle of the day. It is just a little scary sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, this is already what a CRT is supposed to look like. We came down, but we didn't sweep this low yet. And then this is 8 a.m. So we'll just mark it. But to me, I prefer a range that's like liquidity to liquidity. Actually, I'm gonna back test tomorrow, y'all. I'm gonna back test. So a lot of people love daily highs and lows, like they only trade them. I personally don't. I personally like sessions better. I'll take a London high to a London low because that happens just more often every day. You might not get a trade every day if you take daily highs and lows. However, I have learned, or I've seen, I haven't backtested it enough to see if it happens every day because for me, I want to trade the one thing I can trade every day that happens the most. That's how I trade. I don't give a fuck if it, you don't have to do that. You can trade just daily highs and lows, and it can happen twice a week, and that's all you need. You know what I'm saying? But I like to trade something that happens the most often, and then when it doesn't happen, I don't care because it's like once every blue moon. That's me. I found that in this. However, I've learned that some days it will take the daily high or the low. It won't take both. And maybe that's what people meant when they told me about them but they're not explaining it properly. But you could just wait for the daily low to get taken out, then play the reversal. Or you can wait for the daily high to get taken out, then play the reversal. This day, FOMC, we took out both. But I'm trying to see how often that happens. Here, daily low taken out, play the reversal. But some of these, it's 11 o'clock. I don't want to be sitting on the chart all day is my problem. But it usually happens at like 11 or 12, like lunch. So it's not bad. I get on at 10. I usually play down and then play back up. Sometimes it's just back up. But I learned that, and there's a guy who trades Forex like that. He actually trades regular ICT now, I think. But he got funded that way, which most people do. They stick to an easy strategy to get funded. And you can just wait for the daily high, the daily low to get taken out, and then play the reversal off of it. You know what I'm saying? And so you wouldn't get in right at 9:30, you wouldn't get in right at 10, you would just wait for one or the other. And if you need to know what that looks like, it's technically for this day, the daily low, day, okay. Yeah, daily low is taken out, and then you just play this reversal, liquidity to liquidity. You don't have to take it up the rest of the day. You just take a little reversal and take a 1 to 2. That's what I'm saying. Like you get in here. This obviously was a great day to the Asian low. I took this trade, but I got in earlier on a 3-minute reversal from this liquidity sweep. Also 9:30 fake out. 9:30 swept liquidity, but then 10 a.m. took it if you were in a trade at 9:30. So there's just days where 9:30 is not the best. So I get on at 10. Let's see, another day. This day, we took neither. We ran up the day before, so it didn't matter. In my sessions indicator, it doesn't go back that far anyway. But you can just see how you can wait for a daily high or low to be taken out and then just trade a reversal off of it. This is FOMC, so you wouldn't have got in until down here, but you can just wait. A lot of us took the trade down, but then you could have waited for this trade back up. The only thing for me with that is these second trades are so long, in my opinion. Like the 10 a.m., 9:30 trades. This trade was 9:30. Then we've just back tested. The first 30 minutes of 9 o'clock are fucking useless. So 9:30 to 11 o'clock, an hour and a half. But the trade back up to this liquidity is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. That's why I don't trade those trades. They're usually bigger, but you have to sit on the chart or set and forget. Versus the morning trades at the open usually happen faster. And then some days you're stuck in both, and it's okay. But if you want to do that, you can do that. You can take, or you could take. I think on this trade, I took the trade down and the trade up yesterday, and I sold here. So it was only like a 2 hour trade. It was still longer than this one, but I didn't wait for it to take out the buy side. So you can, like I said, you can just take a 1 to 2, 1 to 3. You don't have to wait for it to go all the way up, but you could just do that. So that's what we're gonna back test tomorrow. We'll do one more of these CRT 930 open ranges that people swear about on Twitter. And this day I just ran without you. No trade. No trade. So it's like you just gotta be ready to be like, no trade today. Let's almost. I mean, it went down a bit, but that's literally all day. Almost. This is a 10 a.m. This is my trade, but I don't like this price action. But this is also the 1 minute chart. So I'd be on this chart. Or the 15, it's probably the 15-minute chart. See, all that, and then boom. I'd probably get in off this inverted for value gap here, take it to this gap here, move on. Also, if you want to avoid fake outs, sit on a higher time frame. Sit on a higher time frame the longest. And this day, you really gotta trade. So do it that what you will. If you want to trade this, I could backtest the silver bullet, but the silver bullet is not, it's kind of like this as well, where people just do the 9 a.m. candle. They wait for a liquidity sweep on the high buy side and then a reversal back to the downside. Same shit. It would be but again, it doesn't happen every day. There are plenty of days where the 10 a.m. candle just runs. But I mean, if you want it, that day it played out. And some days you won't get a trade. On the 1 minute, see there's a lot of fake outs here. Well, not really. Higher, low, higher high, higher low, higher. This low is lower than this one, but it didn't candle close. Just liquidity sweep, so it doesn't count. Lower low. Finally, our market structure shift, and then we don't stop anybody out. So yeah, that's a valid trade. Entry not until 11:50, but so yeah. So tomorrow I'm gonna back test. It's just hard to back test on here because, like I said, I do depend on my sessions indicator real bad because ICT sessions are different than the daily candle that you're gonna see on the daily chart. They do match up nicely, obviously. Let me see. This is the all-time highs, this yellow line. But on the daily, okay, so the daily of Friday, let's see how it lines up with my session indicator. It might actually line up kind of good, but let's see. Yeah, so they don't line up. So for me, the daily is, oh no, they do. I forgot Asians way down here. But see, it doesn't, because for ICT, our daily low is this Asian low. And the high lines up nicely, but our low is just a little different. It's a few hours off. So this is our daily low and high. Oh yeah, this didn't take out the daily low. I'm sorry. The daily low is down here. It didn't take out. See, it didn't take the daily low or the daily high out on Friday. So this is why I'm like, I don't trade daily highs and lows. People love to depend on them. That's all they trade, in my opinion. The sessions ones just hit more often, and they're still big moves. Like, you don't need the daily low. Asian and London is all you need. And then you'll know, like, oh, a daily low is close. Boom. Got it. Like this. FOMC, the next liquidity was, the daily low is right there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you don't need them. If you want to trade less and make bigger moves, then yes, you can depend on only the daily lows. But for me, this is all you need. This little range, we swept it to the high, manipulated it, distributed. And that's it, y'all, for trading. today. So do with that what you will. That CRT or that the 9 a.m. This is still a CRT. It's just in 4 candles. We swept the high side, went up, and then we reversed a little bit. That's how you like to trade. You can do so. I'm trying to see if there's anyone else talking. He took a loss. Some people, yeah, it's just different for everybody. Everyone's trading style is different, so do with that what you will. But if you want to keep it simple, do that. Pick a range. Pick an hourly candle range. Pick a 4-hour candle range. I wonder, does that happen more often? A 4-hour candle range? I doubt it. I don't know. So I just look at the overall bias. I think sessions is your range in your bias. Like whatever Asian and London session do, that's like the daily profiles I talked about another day. So basically, if Asian and London are trading sideways, you want New York to sweep one side and reverse. If they're Asian and London are running up, New York's just going to keep running up. And then sometimes you'll get a reversal. If Asian London manipulates, then we get another reversal distribute. Sometimes you'll get a London manipulate and then we're already reversing and then New York is just continuing. How do I look a broker up on TradingView? You go down to this arrow in the bottom here. I don't know if you can see it. This arrow here. And then there's a bunch. And or, all brokers down here. The main ones are up there. And that's it. And you can just paper trade. Okay, I can see that. For free, you make an account, paper trade. There's no excuse not to paper trade. I'll say this 100 times. Trading is the only business that allows you to paper trade and practice with fake money without risking anything and trade exactly how you would in real time. Nothing else lets you do that. Not drop shipping, not e-com. You gotta pay to play. And that's what fucks a lot of people up in business, and that's valid. Life is hard. But trading, it lets you literally practice with fake money until you get profitable. You cannot beat that. So take advantage of that opportunity. What's good for Forex? I don't know. I don't trade Forex. I don't like it. I don't like Forex. Especially because a lot of the brokers that are regulated in America have really bad margin. So I trade futures. Are you profitable? Yes, I just got funded, but I have not made money yet. My journey starts right now. I got funded last week. My emotions were crazy, so I've been paper trading. But yes, I am profitable. But I also started trading 9 months ago. So, for those who need some excitement, you can get funded in 9 months. I also have been talking to a lot of people who have got 2 payouts since in the time I got funded. So, how many funded accounts have you lost? None. I haven't lost a funded account. I blew one eval because I started a full port strategy and I didn't perfect it. I blew one eval. I was break even for a long time with my funded evals, but that was my goal, to not blow an account. I've never blown the funded account, no. I'll either go break even, because I'm smart. That's what I'm saying. People who say they blow 50 accounts, like you have paper trading. Why are you blowing accounts? If you are emotional, if you're not having a good day, paper trade. Or don't trade. Like, there's no reason to be blowing all these accounts like this. I get it. I get emotional sometimes, and it sucks. Because, yeah, you'll get on the paper trading account and you'll make $2,000 that day. But, again, if you're emotional, don't trade. So you're still new. It takes time, bro. No need to rush. I guess. But I'm just saying, I know people who got payouts in 6 months. Like, I'm not rushing, but I'm not putting that 5 years on myself. I'm not doing that either. But, yeah, I'm not rushing. I'm chilling. I'm definitely chilling. But I'm letting people know that you don't have to take years anymore. I'm sorry. I know people don't want to hear that. The old gurus don't want to hear that because it took them all 5-4 years. But people are getting payouts in 6 months. People are getting funded in 9, me included. Like, people are doing so good. And if it does take you years, stick with it. That's also the thing too. Don't be obsessed with it taking years. But if it does, like, don't give up. But also know when something's not for you. Like, I feel like some people waste a lot of time on things that are not for them. And that comes with anything. Trading, acting, film, wardrobe, which is my career. Like, some things just not for everybody, and I get it. It sucks. What's your strategy? I trade ICT, but I trade just regular ICT. I just trade the 10 a.m. candle though, instead of getting at 9:30 because I used to fake me out a lot. So usually I used to trade only the 10 a.m. reversal, but now I just trade, what I see. Like, this was the day I got in sales to the downside. I could have waited for the reversal, but I did not. But that's it. If it's already a continuation, I try to find a fair value gap somewhere. But just the 10 a.m. candle power of 3. And honestly, on the 4-hour chart, which I really like, you could have gotten it right at 10 a.m. Stop loss above this London high and took it down to this London low. Boom. That's how I trade every day on live. I got funded on live too, and it's all on YouTube for proof if you don't believe me, because I'm not a furu. Not trying to be a guru in general. I'm just trying to trade and build community. I'm not trying to be a furu at all. But yeah, so we'll back test. I think tomorrow we'll back test the daily high and low, just seeing how it reacts off of it. I have my sessions on, so we should be able to see. Okay, so here is a day where we took the daily high. So basically, if you don't know the daily highs for ICT, we have 3 sessions. This is the same day, technically. I mean, it's not. London and Asian start the new day. New York and Asian are their own day, if that makes sense. Like, the New York high or low is the daily high or low, and then it's usually Asian or London. It just depends, because sometimes London's lower. But the sessions, not just the time frames from the chart. So this is the day where we just swept the daily high and then we reversed. So that's what we're going to backtest tomorrow. If you could really just trade off the daily high. And I'm going to show you how it's not going to line up with see how the daily high is like not the same as the daily high here. This is the current day we're in, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, current day we're in. We didn't sweep the high on the daily chart, but we did for the ICT sessions, as you can see. Now, but we did sweep this low, but I don't think we got a good move back to the upside. But you see how the daily highs and lows are a little different. That's why I don't like the daily chart. People love the daily chart. It's good to tell you where we might be going. Like, we probably are going down to here. But as far as like the time frames, the ICT daily is midnight to midnight. So you just have to look at like all your sessions. What was the highest and lowest point between yesterday? And actually, it's London or something. Either way. So we're gonna backtest that tomorrow, like a daily high and low, and just playing the reversal off of it. Your target would have been this liquidity point right here when you got the chart. And that's it. And we'll see if you can just trade that. I know someone who did get funded off that. So yeah, I would like to see how that plays out. Same thing as CRT, kind of, I guess, but a bigger range. That 1 hour range it just ain't shit. So yeah, we'll backtest that tomorrow, and then Monday I'll go back to backtesting my regular strategy, and we'll see how this plays out. Like I said, I don't think we hit the daily low yesterday. We just hit this London low. Or technically, London low was the daily low. So I see midnight to midnight. I got to have my midnight to midnight, because Asian technically is the same day as it starts London, New York, ends at Asian. Boom. But for your power of 3, you start at Asian, London, and then you trade New York. So it's a lot going on. But yeah, that's it. Thank y'all for joining. See y'all tomorrow night, same time, 8 Eastern time. And yeah, have a good Saturday night.